Happy 2020, Happy New Year. These are my 2020 predictions. Actually, I'm going to do that 2020 to 2027 because I'm going to be really talking about the new energy of we are now in the dragon years, and this is a very exciting time. Can't wait to get to everything. I have everything written down here. These are the questions that people ask me over and over again, pretty much the most popular questions I've been asked for a long time. So first of all, Happy New Year. 2020 is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing year. Cannot wait for this year. We are moving into a new year of total new paradigm shifting. That means everything, all the belief systems, everything of the past is gone. Gone. This is the time where people-pleasing years are gone. I'm a people pleaser. Anybody in my age, even a little bit younger than me, you may be a people pleaser, and older than me, could be a people pleaser. And we are like done. The new people moving in, the new kids moving in that have grown up, the new younger adults, they don't even know what people pleasing is because they've never been a people pleaser. But this is actually a really good thing for this year because it means we're living authentically through our heart center. People pleasing, feeling like you have to do something for someone else, or you've been doing things for other people, it's really because you're wanting their approval, or you're just being nice and you're not always listening authentically through your heart. So now we're moving into this time of authentically through our heart, which is amazing. This means we're going to be living and listening and craving new identities. If you don't get on my newsletter, I just sent this out. It's called Identity Flip-Flop is what I'm calling it. We're going to be having major identity flip-flops this year. So that means if you've been living in the city and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, like I'm wanting to know people, I want to live in the mountains, I want to live on the West Coast, it's going to be total flip-flops. Your heart's going to be craving for new experiences. And just knowing that new experiences are always growth. So it's a great time. It's going to be really, really good. And you need to listen and trust. I'm going to be getting to that. So the identity flip-flop is going to be in all areas of your life. And I'm sure some of you guys have already been experiencing this probably back in November, December already. You've been craving a new you. Maybe you've been craving a new job. I've been seeing tons of moves happening like East Coast to West Coast to East Coast, or the Midwest, or maybe overseas. I'm talking like whole new places, whole new energy, and that's where your heart's craving. Also, been weeding out probably a lot of friendships and be meeting new people. You're going to be meeting these new energies that are going to be matching your energy. The one thing about 2020 and evolving every single year more and more and more is the veil between heaven and earth, which is really just a different dimension, is getting really, really, really thin. And so that curtain, I want you to think of as curtain. A curtain's been there. And so it's been a little bit, you could be more in the medium sode in the past. You could be not negative, not positive, but more just like, I'm surviving, I'm living life, right? And it's going to take a while for the energy to match back to you. Well, now you take out that curtain and all your thoughts, all your words, all your feelings go right out and boomerang come right back to you, and they match immediately. It's no longer like, and there's no longer a buffer. And so I also see this year being a very divided year, meaning those of you that are positive and have been positive, and you've also been doing your work. You've been doing your soul work. You've been working on yourself. You've been evolving emotionally because this is a big time emotional year. And I'm health-wise too, but emotional. Your emotional health is the most important health in your life. Your emotional health will affect your physical health. So if you've been doing your work, then this year is going to be amazing. Things are going to manifest like, you'll just be like, oh my God, I just thought of that yesterday, and boom, it just lands in your lap. That's how this year is going to be. If you have been not doing your work, suggest to start doing that now. If you've been negative Nelly and victimhood and karmically too, if you haven't been good, this year is probably going to be a year it's going to be really hard on you. So I would suggest you get into alignment with positivity, with opening your thoughts, with really getting into evolving yourself. Whatever emotional work you need to do, do it. And me being a healer, and I've been a healer for over 20 years, working with over 100 people a month. I've worked with thousands of people and pets. I'm an energy healer for both people and pet, and a medium. And I will see this, people are like, well, why am I not healed yet? I'm like, oh my God, there was so much healing. Me working on myself, I work on myself daily. And I continue to heal and go to a different level. There is never a time that you cannot heal deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Think of yourself as an onion, and you have layers after layers, and you can keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And the great thing about this year is this is a year that you can really get really deep really fast. So do your work right now, get into your soul work, start working on your emotional self, and you will have an amazing year this year. Things are going to manifest really, really fast, and probably already have for a lot of you. November, December, I started seeing things starting speeding up. You think it, boom, it's here. And that's how things are going to start manifesting, even being faster and faster as the years go by. The wonderful thing I see about this year, and this is called the Dragon Years, for 2020 to 2027. I don't know if I told you that. The wonderful thing that I do see with this is it's going to be a lot lighter energy. It's going to be a lot less stress. It's not going to feel so heavy anymore. We're going to start listening to our heart centers and working through passion and living through passion, instead of feeling like, oh my God, this is what we were told we need to do. This is the belief system. This is how things have been forever. And this is the way we need to do it. That's very stressful. The other thing is I see it's a lot of simplicity. I bet a lot of you guys have already been getting simple. You've let go of a lot of things in your life, a lot of tangible things. Maybe your house, you've been cleaning out your house. Maybe you've actually sold your house. We're going to talk about real estate here in a minute too. You are really getting nice and light. And if you haven't, do. The lighter you get, the less stuff you have, the less attachments you have, the more you just open up to being in where the universe tells you to be, and trusting and knowing that everything will be there for you, the more awesome a life you will have. To open up space in your life, you got to get rid of stuff. Okay, so especially those things that hold, every single thing holds on energy prints. And you can check out my radio shows. I have tons of information on this. Vicki Emanuel underneath iTunes, all of those come up, energy imprints. I just chatted about this a while ago. Every single thing has energy imprints. That couch you sit on over and over and over again, that couch from your grandfather, that couch from other people, especially the bed. If you are wanting a new relationship and you have an ex that you had a lot of, staying the night, sleeping the night on your mattress, get rid of it. Who wants energy with energy imprints of an ex? You don't. This will open up space to attract and bring new things into your life. So it's really important to get crystal clear, to get rid of all that stuff. All that stuff holds onto energy, and it pretty much energy stinks up your room. And that is going to go into your energy field, and you're really going to feel it this year. So the more simple clearing you can get, the better your life's going to be. You're actually opening up space. And this is going to lead me to the identity flip-flop. Back to the identity flip-flop. For those of you that are a woman, this is the time for women that are going to rise into your power. This is going to help men too, so not just like, being on women here, although I am a woman, so I'm stoked, so hooray, cheers to us. So this is the year where we're really going to be raising into our powers. So if you are starting, you've probably been feeling like, ooh, I want a career, or I want a new business, or I want to be an entrepreneur. Yes, do it. You will be very successful. Go for it. Be thinking the world of it. Be thinking positive, and it will flourish, and it will flourish fast. This is also the year that you're going to start getting and feeling support. Just like me, I've been doing workshops for over 20 years by myself, and now I'm like, bring me the people, bring me the support. A lot of collaborating going on this year. I see a lot of partnerships. So if you've been craving, wanting to go out and start doing things with different people, yes, this is also that, bringing partnerships into all areas of your life. If you've been single, I see partnerships coming in this year. You're going to actually crave having that partnership with someone. And I also see a lot of lifelong ones. Like, it's just going to be soulmate ones where it's just going to go with it. So make sure you listen to your heart center and go forward with it. And let me go back to real estate, since that's still in my head here as I channel. I know I'm all over the place, but I got a lot of the list here that I want to get to. So real estate. This is a big question that people, especially if you're a realtor or if it's you with your house, I'm sure a lot of you have been asking this question yourself. Do I sell? Do I rent? Do I buy? Or you just sold your house and now you're like, hey, should I rent? Should I buy? The time of the new world is our heart centers are going to crave new experiences. So this means, and growth too, and knowing that new experiences is always growth. So this means wherever you live, you could live there 3 years, you could live there 5 years, but you're going to be changing around a lot. Or maybe you live that house and then a new house will surface and you'll have more than several homes, okay? But with that being said, be the most lightest you can. I see a lot of people that used to own are now renting. Just like I said, identity flip-flop. You were owners, now they're renting. Renters will own. I do see more people starting to rent, and I think it's a great idea to rent before you just really lock yourself down on a place, that because you might be there for 2 to 3 years and then you're like, you know what, I'm feeling like I want to experience something new now. So I do see a lot of renting. So those of you that are in real estate, I would tell you guys to buy some houses and to rent them out. Just giving you a little heads up out there on how to make money. If you are a person that just sold their house and you're looking to buy and nothing really like screams at you, because you will know when you're doing this, things will just like be like, oh yes, this is my house. I know this is my house. If you don't get that feeling, I would suggest to rent for a while until you get that feeling. So that's how I see real estate going. We're going to go to, I just did relationships, right? Relationships are going to be flip-flop. Politics. Oh, this was a biggie. I just got asked this question today. So I'm in the United States. I know you guys are watching me all over the world here, but I'm in the United States, so I will talk about this. And I do see pretty much all countries changing too, because the whole energy is changing worldwide. Washington, D.C. is not going to be the same as it has been. I actually see in the next 2 to 3 years, states start pulling away. There's no way that Washington, D.C. can still keep this whole United States together, ruling as one, as it ruled from the very beginning of time when we had like 100 people. Like, it's just no way. We are in a whole different dynamic energy. We are in a new shifting. We are a new paradigm. I don't want all of you guys freaking. This is all for the better. 2020 to 2027, the dragon years, this is going to be an amazing time if you get out of fear, if you get out of the old belief systems, and if you can really, really, really let go and you can trust. If you trust, everything will just start showing up for you. So politics, it's going to be changing. I just was asked this, and so I'll predict it right now. I think it's going to be, I'm going to say I feel a woman president. And I feel that, I forget, my client just asked me some people, and so I'll come back on here before the presidency and talk more about this. But I do feel a woman president, and I do see a lot of change happening for the better. And I do feel states will start pulling away. Texas is the first. California's already been talking about different divisions. There's so much change that's going to be going on. The biggest thing I'm going to tell everybody, get a passport. I don't know if you're going to have a passport to go in between states. I don't feel that, and I feel that's like way down in the future, but I do feel we are going into that kind of era, and I don't feel like we'll be different countries, maybe different colonies. I haven't really sat down and channeled that yet, but I have seen this, and I do feel that we're moving forward to the whole political whole thing way falling. I just see it like falling, and it needs to fall. The other thing I see is with schools. We're going to talk about school system. I have my oldest is 27, my youngest is 12. I've been through all kinds of schools, private, public, everything. And the school system is totally going to be changing. It already has been changing. Here in California, the public school system's way overloaded, way crazy. So, and there's a lot of like mandatory vaccinations and just all this stuff going on, right? And it's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter and harder and harder and harder. So is what I see happening are these new offshoot schools that are going to be like kind of like homeschooled, but maybe somebody runs them. They're not necessarily running them in your house, but they're going to be a little bit smaller. And mind you, especially if you have a kid that's from age 15 under, they're going to be very sensitive to energy, very sensitive to energy. And I have a great radio show on this and a new book coming out on that. Soul Colors, What Color Vibration Are You? And so check that out on my iTunes, because I list all the different ones, the Blu-rays, the rainbows, all of those color of kids, because they're not going to be able to be in the new school system right now with how things are, with them being overcrowded and everything. They're going to have what is going to be an energy meltdown. And so energetically, I see these new schools kind of popping out, even some outside ones, which I love. Being back to basics, being back to nature, really learning different things too, hands-on. The old traditional schools, we're moving into such a new way of living that they don't need to learn the same way they were learning. I mean, cursive has already been taken out. There's so many things that they're so intuitive, they're so psychic that they don't need to be learning the same things. And so the school system will be changing. And so being really selective with your child and seeing with that. And the next thing I want to get to is colleges. That's a big thing of the past too. Not saying that new kids won't go to college, because I do see some kids going to college. It's just more kids will go be more entrepreneurs. How many kids do you know that have already have startup companies and they start at like 18, 19? It's crazy. They're going to listen through their passion, through their heart center. And those of you who are parents of the new kids that are not people pleasers, you know this. You cannot tell them what to do. They're going to do what they want to do. And so don't be like upset, or the traditional, you graduate, you go to college. I see a lot of kids that are going to go to technical schools, or maybe they go study abroad, or maybe they're just like, I'm going to take a year off and kind of decide what I want to do. And that being said, some of you parents, along with me, I see children starting to stay at home a little bit longer than what they did. They might be at home 20, 25, and you're like, oh my God, when are you leaving? It's just going to be a whole different dynamics than what it was in the past. So really think about that in your life. Oh, that was the past. Okay, new. We're starting fresh. We're starting new. We're starting like total new. And the sooner you can get into trust, just knowing everything will be okay, it will line up, because the new world, you're going to also feel, it's going to feel hard to feel grounded. Jobs, I'll go from that way too. Is the old belief system, the old paradigm was, you're in that job forever. You retire in that job. Retirement's going to be gone. I'm just telling you, like right now, there is no such thing in the future. And it's a good thing, because who wants to stay in a job for 25 years? You are going to be burned out. So I'm probably speaking to a lot of you that have had many jobs. Yes, you'll continue to have many jobs. And that's a great thing, because that means you're growing. You're finding yourself. You're learning this thing. All people are like this. We learn something, we bring it up to the very top, and then we really want to challenge. And so staying in that job, it's just going to burn you out. And I see also 3 to 4 different things. So many of you will be doing not just one job for a living. You'll be getting things here, you'll be getting things here, you'll be doing this on the side, you'll be doing this on the side. And I've been getting this for a while, and people are like, what am I supposed to do? Do them all. Do them all. Listen to your heart and do what your heart calls for you. You may do that side job for a while, and then you're like, all right, bored of that. Now I'm going to do this over here. That's what I see, and that's what you are to be doing. I also see bartering coming back, and you've probably already been bartering. I barter. I love bartering. So, you give a service, they give you back a service. I see a lot of that. I also see communities popping up where you're going to have that kind of going back in the hippy dippy day, but it's not the hippy dippy day. It's about everybody supporting each other. As you come into this community and there's a garden and everybody takes care of the garden, and you have a doctor and the doctor does something and the chef does something, and everybody comes together and collaborates together as this big group family, everybody coming together. I see more of those communities popping up, and not just on the West Coast, we're talking all over. That's also, we're going to be getting more simple and craving more simplicity in our life. Sorry, I can't talk. Okay. So I did health, I did money. Oh, let's go to money. Money is always a big thing. For those of you that have money in the stock market will never, ever, ever be the same. The stock market is going to be changing. Not saying that the investments, you won't get investments. You will get investments. Obviously technology, internet, that's where I see, giving you guys some little tips here. Gold, I also see gold. Those are the things that I see really to invest in. Bitcoin. I don't know if it's going to be Bitcoin, but we will eventually go to one coin. And I know there's many different one coins out there, but I just heard Bitcoin. So, hey, if you're in Bitcoin, might want to stay in it. But I do see we're going to be going to one coin probably in about, I'm going to say like 4 to 5 years. Even I even feel a little bit before that. This year, 2020, is going to be so much change in your life that next year you're going to look back and be like, holy moly, I can't believe so much stuff. And it's going to be an amazing roller coaster. If you've been doing the work, things are going to manifest so fast, so awesome, way beyond what you thought it was going to be. So this is the year to dream big. Believe in miracles. If you don't believe in miracles, you can't have them happen. Miracles will happen to those that believe in miracles, and that they will happen starting right now. Everything will just start coming to you, and I'm sure many of you have been noticing this in your life. You've just been like, oh my God, I just thought of that yesterday. Cannot stress this enough. Your thoughts, your words, everything that is internally, your emotional well-being, is going to manifest and really, really fast and come right back to you. So everything in your life, everything is all about you. You change the insides, you change your thoughts, you change your feelings, you change your whole entire world. You're peaceful inside, you're peaceful outside. You're abundant inside, you'll be abundant outside. Everything's going to be matching. I want you to think about it. Everything is going to be matching everything, and it all comes back to you. So my suggestion this year is to really listen to your emotional body. You know, we are human beings, shit's gonna come in. It's all how you react to it. You know, when you are having that emotional day, release it, do something about it. Go take an Epsom salt bath, go outside, go hiking, go into nature. Nature is one of the most free, awesome healers there are. Just being outside within 15, 20 minutes, you're gonna feel amazing. I just heard to tell you that too. I've been seeing too, vitamin D has been many of my readings for many years actually. For some reason, I feel our bodies aren't able to really change or to bring in the vitamin D, so maybe get some extra vitamin D. Vitamin D is amazing. It's your happy hormone. It helps with everything, and your happiness is what manifests everything too. If you are a woman, I've been seeing tons of hormone changes, tons. And so, in starting young, women and men, but especially women, because our DNA is changing, not just women, but everybody's DNA is changing. And so if you are a woman, even if you're early, mid, I mean, I've even just today saw an 18-year-old's hormones go crazy. So we're talking all ages. So, and your hormones are so important to every aspect of your life, your balance, your metabolism, your happiness, your mood. I mean, it is your mothership of everything in your life. So make sure you get your hormones checked out. Me being an energy healer, obviously, I always say work with all natural if you can, but sometimes you do need that hormone replacement therapy to help you get the zing. And I have been seeing this starting about 3 to 4 years ago, and now it's like big time really happening. The one thing too that I do feel 2020, a lot of people that cannot be in this energy, or if there's anybody with substance abuse or you know, some kind of addiction, a really bad addiction, they might not be able to stay into 2020's energy, or maybe a couple years later, because as we move forward to 2020 to 2027, we're going to continue this new really high energy. And that's what I was talking about before, is you're going to be like, I just don't feel like I'm grounded. I don't feel like I'm here. I feel like I'm over here. I feel like I'm floating and I'm in la la land, and I can't like grasp, like feel like I'm down structured. And that is going to be a common theme. And so the way to feel, because we're really going to be light, we're going to feel so light, stress-free, it's going to be harder to get grounded. So this is a time where you're really going to have to work at get grounded. It's as simple as meditation daily, going to the beach, going outside, eating also grounds you. Epsom salt, my sprays that I have behind me, I have Let Go, I have Sage, I have Protection, I got a whole bunch of them. Organic essence sprays, you just spray them in your energy field, it clears you, they smell lovely and yummy. And so it's really going to be a year also that you got to work on yourself, you know? And so your emotional body is going to be like, okay, can't go here, because energy is going to be super contagious. And I'm going to leave it with this note too. Every single person is going to be much more intuitive, psychic, whatever you want to call it. Your intuition is just I see everybody's third eye just like bing, lighting up. That means that everybody's going to really start getting inspiration. You're going to start channeling. Every single person channels differently. You may channel art. You may channel through, you know, like I do, mediumship. You may just channel while you're sitting there looking at someone, and all of a sudden you feel something in your body. Especially right now, because you could be walking down the street and all of a sudden you have a headache and you're like, whoa, I didn't have a headache right now. Energy is contagious, and it's going to be more and more. And this is also with pets. I am a pet psychic, pet healer. And you are always taking on your pet's taking on your stuff. So it's really important for you to heal yourself. Also children are super intuitive, super psychic, and super sensitive to energy, especially the new ones. So the energy this year is going to be very heightened, very, very keen. I even see like your senses becoming keener. You could be, right now as I'm talking, my ears are starting to ring. Your ears could ring, tastes could change, you could start really being like smelling things, being more sensitive to sound or light. Everything's going to be very, very energetically. So my suggestion to you, especially if you want to manifest your dreams, is be where the energy expands you. If people don't expand you, if you're around people, if you're around a situation, or if you're in work and it doesn't expand you and it drains you, it's time to walk away, and it's time to start a new life of expansion. And trust me, this is the year that you really want to focus on this. If you move forward into the expansion energy, into what lights you up, and this isn't necessarily just work for everybody, because I know people are always like, oh no, when you work into what I love to do daily, it's going to ripple in all areas in your life. So if you are at a job you don't love, but you're doing things that you love during the day, it's eventually going to ripple into, oh, I'm now doing a job that I love. And that's how fast things are really, really going to manifest this year. I cannot wait. Super excited. It's already started. It's going to continue to grow, 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 grow. So I'm super excited for everyone. This is going to be an amazing, amazing year, but it all starts with yourself. Look at your own energy. What are you reflecting? You're going to get right back. I think I answered all the questions. Visit me on my website, vickyemanuel.com. I am coming to Florida at the end of this month doing a manifesting workshop. And just so everybody knows, I'm really focusing, I do all kinds of stuff, medium galleries, all kinds of things. But this year, I really want everybody to manifest magic and abundance. And so I'm going to be traveling with my Manifesting Magic and Abundance workshops. First one comes in Florida, February 2nd. All day at the Sarasota Yacht Club, includes lunch. Can't wait. I have another one actually January 23rd in Ojai, California here, Thursday night, but I will be going all over. If this is something that resonates with you, or you want me to come to your state, please let me know. And for those of you too, I have my private online Facebook I've had for years. Love to teach people to manifest. It's called Manifesting Magic Private Facebook Group. It's only $99 for the whole month, and I do private readings on there for the week. And get you, biggest thing is I get you manifesting. And everybody's been on the group has manifested amazing stuff. And that is my goal in this life, is to share my love, share my gifts, and help you live the abundant, magical, healthy, well life that we are all meant to do. So everybody, wishing you all an amazing 2020, full of abundance, full of love. We'll see you next month.